Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the 58th installment of the Angel Channel, our weekly little sojourn through the angels of the SHEM Ha MEPHORASH. Hope everybody's having a good week. Hey, Diane, what's up? Tammy Joe, good to see you. Yeah, I've still got my warm stuff on, but it's more just because I like being a little extra warm. It's been a crazy, crazy couple weeks, man, with it being really frosty in Florida. You know, I've lived in a lot of cold places. I got really used to that, but I've been in Florida now pretty much for the last 30 something years. And man, it gets below 40 and I'm not happy. As always, I'd love to just acknowledge my sponsor, Ernie Mosteller at Fried Okra Entertainment. Um, super creative director, does shows, movies, you name it. And strongly encourage you to go by friedokra.tv and check out some of his work. So thank you very much, as always. I thank you every week, dude, for your help and support and getting us on the air, man. Thanks a lot. All right. Kind of a crazy astrological moment that we're about to go in. Tomorrow is the new moon in Aquarius, and there is also a 4-planet stellium in Aquarius as well, which is pretty crazy. The sun and the moon. Yeah, Mercury, yeah, and Pluto. How could I forget Pluto? Pluto will be there for the next 20 years. And all of those add up to kind of a pretty intense little combo of introspection, super good work, time to start some shadow work. I did a guided meditation bunch of shows back that is a really good method for getting down into your shadow area and letting you start like putting some real work towards that. It can be a little intangible, like how do I start? How do I go down to my shadow? If you guys are interested in a recap of that, let me know in the chat, and I will be happy to recap that again. Hey, Grace Grella, good to see you. Hey, I'm really excited. Grace is going to be on the show on the 17th of February, and I've talked her up a lot in the past. She's a really superb medium and has a very infectious personality and a very, very compassionate and empathetic person. And I know she'll be on that night, and I'm going to do my best to try to talk her into, instead of maybe doing angel card readings at the end, maybe see if you guys might have some questions for Grace, if she would be so gracious. Grace, do you have one of your, hey Alana, good to see you. Do you have one of your shows with Michael coming up, your call-in shows? If you do, leave me a little link down there in the chat. Let me know so I can let everybody know. Also, yeah, man, my brain is not connected to my mouth tonight, so pardon me. We are, I'm in the middle of doing a really amazing project for the Audubon Society, actually. My good friend Rick Midler, who does amazing artwork. He does representational pictures, but instead of using paints, he uses torn. It's at check out his work, rickmidler.com. Anyway, through him, I got connected up with a really great woman at the National Audubon Society, and they have this whole library of songs that really great artists have done. And she's spearheading this project to connect songs in the library with visual artists to create videos to go with these songs. And super honored to get asked to do some of my light painting stuff. Oh, Grace, this Thursday, 7 p.m. The Grace Gorilla Show. Yeah. So check her out, man. She does a phone in thing, and you can call in with questions and you talk directly to her. There's no chat lag or anything like that. So scope that out. Yeah, I have some shots. I'm doing an evolution of the soul video to a song by the Flaming Lips called Lucifer Hummingbird. Yeah, I'll show you some of these right now. And man, I really am hitting a new vein of stuff and kind of pushed it. I was a little stagnant there for a while, but these are some of the textures and some of the little light beings that happen throughout this. There's going to be a bunch of little birdies and all kinds of goodies, and I'm looking really forward to having it completed. It should be complete very soon, and it's scheduled to be released with the Audubon Society's website on the 10th of February. So really looking forward to that. And I'm hopefully Becky will be able to come on the show and join us as well. She's a really, as I've discovered, a very talented metaphysical practitioner as well. She does guided meditations, and I'm hoping to talk her into coming on and leading a guided meditation with us when she's on there. Really in love with these. I know it sounds goofy, but like I'm so like channeling angelic energy when these are happening, and every time I look at one, it's just like I feel like I've made connection with the astral side, and it is really, really a rich experience. And unfortunately, I think part of the reason my mouth isn't connected to my brain is because I've been staying up all night shooting. I'm doing a stop action video, and for every second of time in the video, there are 8 light paintings. So my video is like 2 3/4 minutes long. So it's a lot, but way worth it. Can't wait to see it finished. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. Yeah, and last but not least, my little fly will be morphing from birds into angels. Yeah, there we go. All right. So the new moon in Aquarius, the new moon is about starting new things. And with the moon being in Pluto or in conjunction with Pluto, it's time for introspection, man, and time to go deep inside and just look at. I've been in a real reevaluation mode over the last week, and just trying to take apart my processes and see where I can refine and get better and do cool stuff and make all of my practice more ergonomic. So just make sure that you plan an intention tomorrow. Tonight's good too, but tomorrow's really good. And send that out into the fertile soil and let the moon grab onto it and pull it up and make it reality by the time it hits full in a couple of weeks. So give it a shot. and be nice to yourself. Be really nice to yourself. Your relationship with everybody else starts with your relationship with yourself and with your relationship connected to the higher source. You know, um, there are a lot of gods and different names for deities and all of these humanized projections of what the source actually is. But the source is just the like ultimate light, love, connection, uh, and pretty much everything that is well, everything actually. The source is the source of everything. So farming and watering and fertilizing and keeping your connection good with that energy is the best way to start blooming and having your relationships change and um, turn into something that reflects joy and love. And I have a rule for relationships, and I came to this over too many decades. um, but don't get into a relationship or don't stay in a relationship unless the person that you're with makes you more. If part of the cost of being in a relationship is having to give up parts of yourself, that's not healthy. That's not a place where two whole beings, and that's the cool part about it. Hey, good evening, Mr. Zen. Um, when there is a relationship built on one person's need, or like you guys are trying to fix each other's parts that are broken, it's a really difficult situation because there is always an imbalance in that scenario. And when two people come together that are already whole and want to be together but don't like need to be together, it's so amazing and just such a different experience for me. And I would like to encourage I've had some discussions with some of you guys out there about relationships and that kind of thing. And I had a discussion with somebody's dad last week that's like in his late 70s. And just having, like loving yourself, loving who you are, being able to be by yourself and be comfortable in your own skin. It's like if you go from one scenario to another, you're just pretty much doomed to repeat the programs that we've all learned as children and young adults, and trying to unravel those. You need to be really able to see it for what it is. Amber, wow, man, just a great crew tonight, man. Good to see all you guys. So be good with yourself. Be able to just sit in your house and be alone in the quiet and be good and be happy and know that you're not alone. You are always connected to the greatest source of love and fulfillment and bliss. It's always there, just waiting for you to reach out and grab it. And when you build that inside yourself and that emanates outside you, I know I talk about this all the time, but that frequency goes out to the energy world and reflects back to you in amazing and amazing and amazing way. Let's see. Oh yeah, Mr. Zen. Do you have the link for Grace's show? Oh, there you go. You already said yes, so I'm behind. So, we're always talking about ergonomics, and I'm super stoked tonight to be talking about mudras, one of my favorite one of my favorite subjects. You know, I've talked about the Jinsen Jitsu stuff to ad infinitum. Um, your hands are really, really powerful. They're magical systems all in themselves, and they're a reflection of each other. And each one of these, and maybe this is something you guys are interested in too, to learn where, like, you know, you have the whole astrological chart in your hand, and there's all kinds of ways to be able to use your fingers. Your fingers are connected and charged with the projecting and pulling energetic fields. So just like with Jinsen Jitsu, you know, we live in energy flows. Our system is always flowing and moving. It's never static. So, you know, by connecting up your fingers, you know, you're able to address different emotional states of mind, physical things with different organs, all kinds of things that can contribute to your health, both energetically and physically. And it's super easy, you know, like if I had to take one technique out of all the stuff I've learned over 5 decades of looking, you know, it would be that, because there's nothing simpler than holding your finger and being able to deal with your worry, to be able to deal with your fear, deal with your anger and grief, and just by sitting there holding that without any intent. You know, pretty much everything else I've ever studied, it's always like intent, focus, and put energy, drive juice, put juice. And this requires none of that. You can sit there and watch TV, you can sit there on the phone. So you know, your feet, everything in your body is a connected electrical network. So what we're going to talk tonight about are mudras, and you're probably familiar mostly with these from Eastern philosophies, Hindu especially. And I've got about 12, 13 of them, and we're going to go through them tonight and toss these out for you. This is super simple. I do this one all the time when I'm listening to someone. Like, I just stand there like that. It increases mental focus, all kinds of. It's in this. We'll go through this right now. Sharing screen, opening window, Mudras. All right. So even the ones that are just a single hand, do that with both hands, right and left. This is a really, really great, the Hakini Mudra. And it really promotes thinking, concentration, powers the brain, opens up your ability to listen and to receive information clearly and retain it. Yeah. Super good. Oh, okay. So the way this works, my little finger is crippled, so it forms a weird shape. But you've got to connect the pads of your fingers, like all of those. So you just connect all of those in your thumb, and you're holding it like that with kind of an inverted triangle. Super easy, and it gives me something to do when I'm standing there talking to somebody, because I always never know what to do with my hands. Oh, this is a really great one. The prana yoga and our mudra, and this amazing little like juice up, you know, whenever you're feeling drained, you know, a little extra boost of energy. I use this one all the time, and this one is your thumb and the pads of your fingers on that, and your two fingers kind of spread out like the number two, right? Amber, it is not, it's just something I threw together today. Facebook me in the morning and I'll get you a little, I'll put something together I can send you. These are just a bunch of JPEGs right at the moment. This is the booty mudra, and this would be a really effective thing to use right now, especially with the new moon, and especially with all those planets in Aquarius and the whole introspection thing coming into view. This really helps you get to your innermost feelings. It expands your conscious or your clairvoyant vision, all of your intuitive abilities. And it's a really, really great one. And this one's super easy as well. It's just connecting the pad of your thumb and the pad of your little finger, and just hold it like that. And as far as how long you hold these, there really is no hard and fast rule. But like the Jinsen Jitsu stuff, I like to give it a minimum of 10 minutes. And 10 minutes is enough to see some results. If you can sit there and hang it for another 10, another 20, do a half hour, 20 minutes, super, 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 super good. All right, I really like this one. The tension reliever. You're connecting your two your index finger and your middle finger with your thumb. This one just kind of stays curled up underneath, and then your little finger sticks out. So it's the two pads of your first two fingers on your thumb, your third finger curled in, and your little finger out. This one's super easy. You're just making a fist. The Mushti Mudra. The thing about doing shadow work is going down there to find information is really cool. But if you hold on to it and don't know how to let go of that, it's not very helpful. So this is a really great mudra for releasing and letting go of emotional states of mind, circle thinking, obsessive thinking. Anytime you're just really chewing on something and you just need to stop, let it go. And this applies to immediate situations like that, but this also applies to letting go of old programs. The guy I was talking to last week, he's in his 70s, and he's built his whole foundation on these really faulty foundation stones that are programs from his mom. He's never been dealt with. He comes from a generation where therapy was like, what? So, he's learned a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms and ways to deal with that. And all those programs are still playing, and everything else that he builds on top of that now gets built on top of those faulty things. So being able to identify that, address that, accept that, and finally let that go will be when, you start really seeing some progress and sweeping out the basement. So again, it's just your fist closed over your fingers. Pretty easy. The Akash Mudra. This is really great for getting centered. You know, in Jinsen Jitsu, it's the one where you put your thumb in the middle of your finger and wrap your hand around, and it balances all of your elements and emotions all at one time. This is kind of the same thing in a mudra form. And yeah, in addition to like being able to get centered and draw in your energies, it also spreads those energy out to different parts of your body that need healing or need some extra juice or some attention and an energetic supplement. Yeah. So this is a fun one. You take your middle finger, pad of your middle finger, pad of your thumb, and then these fingers spread out, like twisting my wrist. Right? And they're super cool. I do it in restaurants. People go, "What are you doing?" There you go. I'm being energetic, man. You know, you see this one all the time. The Yushas Mudra. And this great one for sparking creativity and finding an inspirational wave. You know, I love, you know, just kind of paddling out on the energetic ocean, see a nice wave coming by and catch that. And man, just riding that thing all the way into the shore until it just crashes. You know, your creative waves are kind of unique in every single way, especially if you're doing something that you've never done before. And I like to just sometimes, you know, I work too much and keep going, but it's because like, man, I don't want to, I've gotten off of that wave so many times over the course of my career, and you never find that wave again. You know, you never get on that exact thing. You can get kind of close. So anytime I've got a really big inspiration, I try to like catch that wave and get the whole thing down in rough form so it's complete and captures the essence of what that energy and that inspiration was about, and then come back later and refine and make it better, and you know, do all the stuff you have to do to make it up to a professional level. But that first wave, that first chunk of inspiration, man, that is to me the best feeling in the world. It's one of the greatest drugs ever. Okay, here we go. Moving on. The Ganesha Mudra. Yeah. You know, the world can have really beautiful places in it, but it's sort of designed to test you, and you know, you wind up getting a bunch of different trials, and you know, your lessons show up, and it can be a really crazy place. So when you find yourself struggling, what you want to do is kind of cup your fingers, like, make hooks out of your fingers and just hook those together. And that's all you have to do. You can just stand there. You know, that's another Jinsen Jitsu thing, you know, doesn't take any energy for you to do this. And wow, yeah. Having some help with struggles, always a good thing. Taking the edge off of the worry, taking the edge off of the fear. Man, that fear thing. Yeah. All right, this is a super fun one, the Shen Ha Mudra. It really helps to listen. Like, I showed you this one at the beginning, and I use that super frequently, but this would be next on my list, actually. And this is oh, sorry. Yeah, this is a super easy one. So you're just wrapping your thumb over your middle finger and spreading out your fingers. In addition to, just kind of increasing your ability and your focus about listening, this also relates to actual hearing. I wind up using this one a lot because my hearing's going, man. I stood in front of massive speakers for way too many years. And it's, I'll take any little piece I can to help me, slow that down. So, super good one. Yeah. I picked this one out for you guys because this is top of my list, the Kubera Mudra, and this is about used for creating wealth and reaching your goals in every way, shape, or form. So you're curling over your last two fingers, connecting the pad of your thumb and your first two fingers. Yeah, the Kapitaka. I like to say that. Kapitaka. The Kapitaka Mudra. The smiling Buddha Mudra. Yeah, you've seen that on Buddha statues for everywhere. And this is just about bringing the golden light. Just filling your life up with the golden light. The Prithivi Mudra. If you guys dig these, like this one relates to the root chakra, aligning it and really connecting and grounding you. There is a mudra for each of our chakras. I put all these together in a chapter in my big personal grimoire, and I've got like 108 of them. So if you're digging them and you want more of them, let me know. I'll show up with the rest of the chakra mudras. But in the meantime, this one is really great for just getting you grounded and connected. And your root chakra is where it all starts. So like getting that all juicy and good and without any blockages at all is a really great way to roll. All right. Yeah, Michael says you could feel them instantly. Yes, you can, Mr. Zen. Yeah, I've been a fanatic about mudras for a long time and collecting for many decades. Let's see, what else have we got out there? Yeah, me too, Amber. All right, there we go. So, as always, get in the queue for a reading. We'll read until we're done. So there we go. All right, enough talking, which has just been exceptionally difficult this evening. Now my brain just goes, no. Oh man. All right. We are going to create some sacred space and do a little breathing, and then we will pay a visit to the angels. As always, When you're listening to the bowl, just try to connect with that sound. And if you have headphones, you know, the bowl, like the bowl rings out for a long, long time. I'm going to try to make it be closer to the mic and let that sound just go out. Just be radiating out as you hear that sound coming from there out into all the corners of your room, and just filling it with amazing, bright, opalescent gold light. Okay. Make it all nice and sparkly and pristine. With the light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. Oh man, I need this so bad. With the light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. We come together in joy tonight to create our circle, our energetic vortex, our safe space, our place of sanctuary and protection and light. We ask that the angels be with us this evening. Fill us with their wisdom, their love, and their truth. We ask that we have eyes to see, ears to hear, and the wisdom to understand. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, every single bit. Infinite, unconditional love. And our wish for bliss to the source. We open our circle. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this week's angel card. Yeah, this is an interesting card. The Angel of Mental Force, YEIALEL. I never can say this one right. YEIALEL, and that it's not pronounced the way it looks. Anyway, and again, this is a card connected to the Three of Pentacles, which is the card where you've mastered your craft, you're starting to really get paid well for it, and you've reached the top of the heap on what you were doing, what you were, your endeavor. And it's also a card where it cautions you not to rest on your laurels while you're on the top, to be continuing to innovate and looking for the next one, because the competition is always on your heels. This is the Angel of Mental Force. Being a jack of all trades leads to workaholism, which is just as devastating to love and creativity as any other excess. You forsake everything for the sake of one. You impose standards and values on others that they can't and shouldn't live up to. In doing so, you stifle and suffocate those who care about you and support you. You will go much further with the active support and encouragement of those around you. You have the discipline to work long and hard, but you lose sight of the big picture, obsessing about details that don't matter. You get caught up in the drudgery of meaningless exertion. The race continues at a slow, steady pace. Your skill is in recognizing the broader scope. Stand back occasionally to view the whole scene and make any minor adjustments along the way. Visualize a detailed picture of the completed project and always strive to learn more, to gain more experience. That's the part that relates to the Three of Pentacles. Always strive to learn more, to gain more. You will learn to focus on your ambition and extend the effort necessary to succeed. All righty. Well, I think we're going to spend some time on reading. So we're just going to do some nice cleansing breaths, and we're going to go down to the zero space cleansing breath. And if anybody's out there that hasn't, oh, Julie, how are you? Welcome. Glad you could make it. And Vivian, there you are. The bowl does sound great with headphones. I'm going to do a crystal bowl sound bath here in a week or so. Maybe I'll do that next week. And yeah, I really needed to hear that message too. You're welcome. So we're going to use our solar plexus, our diaphragm, and draw in a really deep batch of good energy, right? Just fill yourself to the brim. And when you feel like you've filled yourself up as much as you can go, pack a little more in there, okay? And then on the release of this, I want you to go really slow and connect your breath to imagining that like you're a supercharged turbine going at high speed. Boom, somebody hits a switch and you're going from you. So we're just going to sink down, and when you run out of breath, and along the way, it's like imagine you're actually turning your machine off. So like your body goes limp, your arms are just hanging. You've got no pressure anywhere. You've got no exertion anywhere. And as your breath runs out and you hit stop and we hit silence, don't inhale right away. Just hang right there. Like everything's off. Like even your ability to think. And that's the whole point. Like turn that thing off. And even if we just get 5, 6, 7 seconds, it'll take us down there. And that's an exercise you can repeat with yourself every day. And the longer that you can stay there, super good. And once you get a little practice at doing that, you can start slowly inhaling while not disrupting that space. And it really opens your ability to get down to blank space, which is where miracles happen. All right, so here we go. We're going to inhale. In through your nose, use your solar plexus. Draw it in, cleansing white light. Pack it. And release, turning off the machine. Your thoughts are slowing. The energy is running out of your body. Deeper. Deeper. Silence. Inhale. Draw deep and release. Slowly shutting off. Everything's going silent. Deeper silence. Inhale. Really fill this one up. And release. Turning off the machine. Silence. Okay. This is going to make us run long, but I don't care. Stay in blank space. You start to become aware. You're floating in the energetic ocean on the surface of the calm and beautiful sea. You look up at the night sky, beautiful, deep indigo. The stars are brilliant, reflecting off the surface of the water. There's no moon, it's the dark moon. And the sky is illuminated by the stars. You notice colors starting to form in the sky, and you realize that the aurora is happening. Shimmering, radiant color across the night sky. And while you're floating and absorbed in the moment, you reach inside and find your true desire, the thing you really want. And you plant that seed. And send it out to the universe. The stars are glinting off the surface of the ocean. And you start to inhale and pull in energy from the energetic sea and fill yourself up. And send that energy to the seed you just planted. You feel yourself to overflowing with inspiration, creativity, love. And you see several shooting stars going across the horizon. Bright. And representing your wish going off to be manifested. And slowly you bring yourself back. Slowly coming back to your body. And you find yourself standing. Your feet planted firmly on the earth. grounded, charged, and full of hope. All right. Okay. Thanks, Grace. Grace says, love your energy, work with everyone. I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's good. All right, Alana Luna, up first. Wow, you're charged up tonight. All right, focus really hard. Yeah. Let me grab you. All right. Words of wisdom from my good friend Alana. Words of wisdom from my good friend Alana. Words of wisdom from my good friend Alana. Number 68. The Angel of Healing. Almost got it. Number 68, the Angel of Healing. Exercise your intuition, awareness, and correct response, and ask yourself if the time to leave has really come. Sometimes the memory of when things were good keeps you tied to something that no longer is. Is there a single indication that this situation still gives you joy and meaning? Or are you leaving the situation because you lack the courage to really pursue it with all your heart and squeeze every drop you can get from it? Your pattern in life is to become involved in relationships, work, or projects, and then run away when it hits a difficult moment or when the time comes for an actual commitment. Be aware of your material pleasures or when you have an urgent need for money. Acknowledge these needs and your desire for complete change and a different vibration. When you become bored with your present lifestyle, focus all your energy on a new direction. You are now ready to break your overextension habits and stop suffocating your emotional vitality. Be absolutely sure before making any changes. Yeah. All right. Tammy Joe. All right, Tammy Joe. Look me in the eye. You know what to do. 3 nice little deep breaths, okay? Let's get good and connected. Words of wisdom from my friend Tammy Jo. Words of wisdom from my friend Tammy Jo. Words of wisdom from my friend Tammy Jo. A recent favorite. The angel of fortune and support. Man, they're brutal tonight. You have become passive and submissive. You have become reactive instead of proactive and find yourself always being moved by the intent and desire of someone else. You're very adaptable, easygoing with friends and associates, and this makes you vulnerable to the influence of individuals or mass opinion. You become overly passive to the point of inactivity, waiting and watching. You're afraid to do anything, so you don't do anything. Your fear has kept you from jumping into the heat and passion of life, and now the game of life has become forced. You are a disorganized mess, and this is contributing to your difficulty. You may receive discouraging news, but you should keep trying. This is not a time of disappointment, but a time of expansion. You know, this is so like the time, like this whole like stellium thing with the planets in in Aquarius, you know, like always keep rolling. You know, I pulled that one for myself a couple days ago. So I've been cleaning my house. You know, I told you I was in the whole like little mode of revamping my procedures and trying to address some habitual things. And, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, that's what that card said to me in a big way. All right. Anyone out there else want a reading? Let's see. Okay. Oh, there you go. All right. All right, Julie. Oh, wow. Okay. So this will be really easy. Just close your eyes and let's imagine we're standing face to face and we're just looking in each other's eyes and just connecting up our energy. And if you have a specific question, beam that to me really hard. If not, we'll just do general words of wisdom. Focus really hard, Julie. Words of wisdom from my friend Julie. Words of wisdom from my friend Julie. Words of wisdom from my friend Julie. Number 43, the angel of prosperity. These guys have they're tough tonight, man. Your expectation has gone unfilled. Your emotional attachment to the outcome has resulted in deep disappointment. When you choose to view this as a loss, grief, pain, and heartache can fill you to the brim. This takes a while to heal. You might feel some turmoil inside, like the surface of a violent sea. You never really fully appreciate something until you've lost it. Releasing someone you love or letting go of a habitual behavior is never easy. No, it isn't. Experience your grief and learn to move forward through with a crushing loss. When something you have put your heart and soul into has not worked out exactly the way you wanted, you doubt in the very beliefs that have sustained you. Turning your grief inward is appropriate for a short time. When you finally shed the sorrow, pick up the pieces and press on. The real healing begins. Find a new passion, set your sights on a new goal, and do things in the moment that will make it happen. Release your attachment to the expected outcomes and cross the bridges as you come to them. Release yourself from heartache and choose to seek a new beginning. Yeah. You know, my mantra for the year has been expect nothing, be prepared for anything. Indeed. All right, Amber, you're next. Focus really hard, girl. Words of wisdom for my friend Amber. Words of wisdom for my friend Amber. Words of wisdom for my friend Amber. Hold on. Number 17, Angel of Revelation. You feel betrayed by your trusted friends, disillusioned. Your false vision in a spiritual matter is crumbling. You feel as if you've been stabbed in the back. These feelings are creating extreme despair, depression, and a deep sense of loss. A new dawn always arises, bringing with it the hope of a better day. Let go of your fears. You know, it's those damn things are always at the core of it. Like always, that's the thing at the core of it. They led you to this negative thinking. It's your self-centered, self-created prophecy that things would not work out. Give yourself the right to give up. Lose the untrustworthy friends and abandon this broken project. Stop fighting these losing battles. Surrender and face your fears head on, and you will discover something wonderful has happened. You are free. You discover that the monster you fear isn't half as bad as you think it is. Man, that's that Nine of Swords thing. Never is. Broaden your thinking. Your life is not over. Use your imagination. Visualize your best life. Every vision is an illusion until you make it real. Your reality is dependent on your point of view. Alter your mind, and you immediately alter your reality. What you think, you become. No truer words were ever spoken. You're creating your own universe, even as we're sitting here to speak. Yeah, exactly. You're welcome, Amber. My pleasure, as always. Man, they've been tough tonight. All right. I don't think I missed anybody. I think that's everybody. Let me just go back, make sure. Inga, were you in there? Let's see. I think I missed Inga. Hold on. Let me just double check. I don't want to leave anybody out. Yeah. Okay. All right. Not tonight. I guess I missed that. All right. Oh, Grace, grateful for you too. And did you get that, Zen? Did you get that link up for Grace's show? If not, that's all right. Well, no, that's not all right because it's tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, it's for Thursday. Thursday night, 7 o'clock, the Grace Grella Show, YouTube. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop running my defective brain right now and let you guys go, man. Thank you so much, as always, for coming. As always, hit the like, share, subscribe, and if you can leave a comment down below, be super grateful for that. And as always, if you're looking for one of my tarot decks, it's down here on the bottom of the screen, wizardofod.com. And if you mention the angel channel and that you saw it on here, I will include a 2-hour pretty fleshed out reading to go along with the cards. So pick one up if you feel so inclined. Would really appreciate it. Help support the cause. All right. Love you guys. Thank you very much for sharing space with me. And until next week, we're going to close our circle. We come to the end of another wonderful session and bid everyone return to their world. We thank the angels for their love and their truth and wisdom. And until next week, with absolute gratitude for all of it, unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source. Till next week, we close our circle. Be in the light.